the Oklahoma Newsroom, this is an OU update. I'm Jenni Carlson here with OU beat writer Joe Masato. Joe, some ripples around college football and hasn't quite reached Norman just yet, but this new redshirt rule, and now we're starting to see some players around college football say, you know what, I'm going to redshirt and I'm going to transfer. They're using it to their advantage. What's the talk down in Norman as they're starting to see other programs sort of endure players walking away?
Yeah, it was really kind of ironic because just as the McCluskey transfer news was going down at Oklahoma State, Lincoln Riley was at the podium doing his Monday press conference. So he basically said, you know, decisions like that where upperclassmen who have been key contributors was an unintended consequence of this rule that they didn't really anticipate. Everyone thought it was going to impact true freshmen primarily, and I think you're still seeing that where there's more flexibility in how you play true freshmen, but it's upperclassmen guys that could decide, okay, 4 games in, I can redshirt the rest of this year and then transfer to another school come the next year. So really interesting. It's not only strategy on the coach's part, but now upperclassmen who might want to leave for another school.
Which at Oklahoma, we've heard nothing of players doing that, but a name that could potentially be linked to that is Caleb Kelly, the linebacker who's played a lot previously, but now not really in the rotation.
Right, he's made 19 career starts, but at the same time he's only played in 2 games this year, and it was after the Iowa State game where he didn't play that both Mike Stoops and Lincoln Riley said he's a guy that they're looking at that redshirt rule applying to, and it was kind of a shock because, you know, Kelly's a former 5-star guy, he's been a key contributor for them, but he switched positions, lost his starting spot to Curtis Bolton, and now all of a sudden, you know, there's been no talk of transfer yet with him, but he's a guy that you don't really expect a junior who has started 19 games to redshirt.
Definitely. Let's talk about one of the other not the sidelight, but the actual reason for this redshirt rule is, you know, guys getting into 4 games and then still being able to redshirt. Oklahoma has some true freshmen that, you know, they're thinking about redshirting, and some others that they're not. Where does this all stand as it relates to the true freshmen?
Yeah, so right now there's 3 guys who've played in all 4 games so far for the Sooners. Brendan Riley-Hiles, Ronnie Perkins, and TJ Pledger, the running back. None of those guys are going to redshirt. They've all been, especially Pledger now with Rodney Anderson's injury. He's a guy that might have been a fringe redshirt guy, but won't now. And then Deshaun White, who's played in 3 games, is not likely to redshirt. So you're looking at probably 3 to 4 guys who, 3 to 4 true freshmen who are for sure going to play this year. And then kind of on the other hand, you've got a number of guys who've played in 1 or 2 games that they got that game experience, but they're probably not going to have to sacrifice this year of eligibility.
Yeah, and Deshaun White's a guy that we may see more of even as early as this week against Baylor. It sounds like Lincoln Riley would like to get more work for him.
Yeah, Riley was asked what, you know, young guy would you like to see play more, and Deshaun White was the first name he mentioned.
All right, again, Baylor on Saturday. It's a 2:30 kick down in Norman, and that game is on ABC. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.